And welcome back, fellow adventurers, to Let's Play Dragon Age Inquisition. When we left off, we were just finished speaking with Hawk, and she's going to be meeting us in the realm of Crestwood about 2 missions from now. I just wanted to show you something really quick. This happened when I reloaded the game, and it's a very nice touch. You may have noticed that when Hawk first introduced herself, she was wearing twin daggers, and that's because, of course, she was a rogue. However, if you recall from our Let's Play of Dragon Age 2, her actual weapon of choice that we chose for her was the bow. And I noticed here that now that I reloaded the game, Hawk actually does have her weapon of choice on her now, which is a nice touch. It's too bad that that's not the way it was when she was introduced in the cutscene. But still, maybe from now on when we meet her, she actually will have her trusty bow with her. Alright, we're going to finish exploring kind of our initial sweep through Skyhold. And again, it has been abandoned for who knows how long, and because of that, it's kind of a fixer-upper in some ways. And it's some parts like here, like the ruined parts of the tower, those will end up for the most part staying ruined. But a lot of the interiors will be cleaned up as we kind of come back to visit it again and again. See where this... Oh, can't go through there. Now, of course, all of your companions and your advisors are here in their various locations. And I think some of them actually will move around as well. But you also can run into people who you may not have been able to access at Haven, who you will be able to access here. So we'll be seeing those as well. Here's Thren. We rescued her during the destruction of Haven.
Thanks for my life in Haven. You've all sorts serving now. If that means change, so be it.
And unlike Haven, you could actually talk with Scout Harding here at Skyhold.
Scout Harding.
Your worship.
Shouldn't you be out there, scouting?
In a bit. We're in Skyhold for supplies and a change of personnel. Not me, though. Indispensable.
So, who's Scout Harding really?
Me? Oh, I'm no one. Lived near Redcliffe all my life. Herded sheep for my neighbor. When the Inquisition came through my village, I helped by telling them everything I knew about the area. Then I signed on. Wanted to see the world before it was swallowed up by... that... thing out there.
What's been going on?
Seeker Cassandra came through here, looking like a storm cloud. That's just her face, though, isn't it?
I should go.
Well, yes and no. Liliana did predict that if Cassandra found out that Varric knew how to contact Hawk this whole time, that she would be pissed off. And you can imagine why. I mean, all of the framing story of the entire Dragon Age 2 game was that she was looking for Hawk, and Varric was insisting that he did not know where she was. So apparently Varric was in fact lying to her. It's the Iron Bull.
Inquisitor, huh? Well, you've got the fortress for it. Speaking of which, when you've got a second, there's something I want to show you.
What did you want me to come see?
Here, come on. I'll show you.
Why am I dressed like this?
You'll see. Come on. It'll be worth your time, I promise. Evening. Iron Bull. My merc band just joined up.
Tanner. I'm from Jader. Well, near Jader.
Mira. I was guard captain for Lady Pendel. Signed on after shit blew up at the Conclave. Share a drink? Who's your friend?
This is Grim. She doesn't talk much.
Okay, we'll play along.
Huh.
So, you ready to kill some demons? Or Venatori, or whatever that Corypheus asshole is?
This isn't just about killing. We're helping the Inquisitor save the world and build the next empire.
The Inquisitor isn't a god. She's just a woman trying to do the right thing.
Well, long as I get paid, I'm happy. That's why I signed up.
I just couldn't spend my whole life on a farm. Needed to live a little, you know.
What about you, Mira? Why'd you join up? I thought you were serving some noble.
I saw what happened at Haven. The Inquisitor staring down that monster and his archdemon. I don't sing the chant of light as much as I should. But you can't see something like that and not believe.
Well, Grim and I should find our tents. Thanks for the drink. I know every soldier under my command. You don't have that option, but a few faces might help.
You made it sound like you didn't like the Inquisition.
People don't always tell the truth when you're polite. You've got to poke them a bit.
I knew some of the soldiers felt like that, but to actually hear it...
It's hard to be just an idea sometimes. That's all you are to most of them. It's why you could stand right in front of them without being recognized. You've got a good army coming along. Remember that, no matter what comes next.
All right, I like to call those things character moments. And you get to have them with pretty much all of your companions at some point or another, along with an actual quest that you can do as well. Again, it's based on both where you are in the main story and how much approval you have from them.
Can I help you?
Nothing new for Iron Bull.
See you later, Bull.
Nice talking with you, boss.
Again, I think one of the reasons that I really like Iron Bull as a character is that, again, even though he's Qunari, he is very much against the stereotype. He's very much about trying to learn who people are as individuals, whereas at least the perception from outside the Qunari is that they're much more think of people as cogs in the machine, much more collectivist. So it's nice to see such a different perspective. Oh, here's Cassandra.
You knew where Hawk was all along!
You're damned right I did.
You conniving little shit!
You kidnapped me! You interrogated me! What did you expect?
Hey, enough! You're taking his side? I said enough! We needed someone to lead this Inquisition. First, Liliana and I searched for the hero of Ferelden, but he had vanished. Then, we looked for Hawk, but she was gone too. We thought it all connected, but no. It was just you. You who kept her from us.
The Inquisition has a leader.
Hawk would have been at the Conclave if anyone could have saved Most Holy...
You can't change the past, Cassandra.
So I must accept... what? That the Maker wanted all this to happen? That he... Varric is a liar, Inquisitor. A snake. Even after the Conclave, when we needed Hawk most, Varric kept her secret.
She's with us now. We're on the same side.
We all know whose side you're on, Varric. It will never be the Inquisition's.
Attacking him now won't help us, Cassandra.
Ha! Exactly.
And you better not be keeping anything else from us.
Ah, I understand.
I must not think of what could have been. We have so much at stake. Go, Varric. Just go.
You know what I think? If Hawk had been at the temple, she'd be dead too. You people have done enough to her.
I believed him. He spun his story for me and I swallowed it. If I just explained what was at stake, if I just made him understand. But I didn't, did I? I didn't explain why we needed Hawk. I'm such a fool.
What if you hadn't believed him and you'd tracked Hawk down?
Honestly, Hawk might not even have agreed to become Inquisitor. She supported the Mage Rebellion after all. She wouldn't have trusted me for a second. But this isn't about Hawk, or even Varric. Not truly. I should have been more careful. I should have been smarter. I don't deserve to be here.
You're too hard on yourself, Cassandra.
Not hard enough, I think.
You can't believe that.
I want you to know, I have no regrets. Maybe if we'd found Hawk or the hero of Ferelden, the Maker wouldn't have needed to send you. But he did. You're not what I'd pictured. But if I've learned anything, it's that I know less than nothing.
And as usual, I can see both sides of it. On the one hand, Varric did, withhold information from Cassandra, and he did present himself as someone who was, and for the most part, reliable, at least. But at the same time, as he said, he was being interrogated under threat of pain. Let's not forget that. Whether or not Cassandra would have actually done it is a different question. But the threat was there. And Varric is very protective of Hawk, let's say.
Something is troubling me, Inquisitor. Leliana is receiving reports of mages becoming possessed, Templars going rogue. No one is dealing with these matters. I was hoping we might, before they get worse.
We can certainly look into it.
I will mark these incidents on the map as I learn of them, Inquisitor. And I would be pleased to accompany you if and when you investigate.
Do you have any advice for me?
Treat Dorian with caution. It's possible he could be what he seems. A Tevinter mage wishing to do better than his countrymen. What if he is not? At best, his presence makes the Inquisition appear to have questionable allies.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
And most of the time you will find Cassandra out here next to the training dummies, pretty much exactly as she was over in Haven.
Here. Tell the commander that this is the perfect spot for the armory.
Yes, ma'am. Right away.
Nice way to introduce what this area is to the player. Oh yeah, there are the stairs. I was about to say, I think you can go up to the upper level here. And one more time. I think at some point there might be a scene up here. I'm not certain of that, though. But as we come back here through the story, we'll see that the armory is will actually be buzzing with activity. Some people over there, although the door right now is closed. Maybe if we go up this way? Could be we just can't access that area yet. Oh, yeah, this is a dead end. Ah, well. We'll come back again later. Now, I think this area is eventually going to become the tavern. See, it's already got the sign here. But you see right here, the door is currently blocked, so we can't get in there right now. And that's eventually where Sarah will be hanging out, as she often does. This is the alternate way into the forge. So until now, Sarah is actually waiting out here.
So, Inquisitor. It is Inquisitor now, right? Remember that war we talked about stopping? Full of little baddies I can stick with little arrows. That's not a friggin' archdemon, is it? Andraste, what did I step in?
Yeah, the stakes did get a bit higher, didn't they?
Let me know what she says. I could use some clarification myself.
It's swearing, not praying. She doesn't answer. Not like she's supposed to. I know what happened to you. Or what everyone here thinks happened. It seems... I don't know what it seems.
The ancient thing trying to kill us seems pretty real.
Don't get me started. Oh, wait. Too late, right? A magister who cracked the Black City. It's a hazy dream, right? I mean, if it's real, then the seat of the Maker? Real thing. A seat needs a butt, so the Maker? Real thing. Fairy stories about the start and end of the world? Real things. It's too much, isn't it? How pretty are you that I actually think this shite is possible?
You joined to help the little people caught up in this. But do you believe or not?
In Andraste? Of course.
But you doubt what you're seeing and hearing.
It can't be true. Even fanatics don't want to be this right. Look, I have arrows. I can make this Coryphalis believe in those. Good enough? Please be good enough.
Yeah, again, just because she's... Aurora is more, is still kind of on the fence about how true the religious part of this stuff is. So, I'm guessing she probably would want Sarah to make up her own mind.
As long as you're reliable when we go Magister hunting, stay for whatever reason you like.
Like don't have nuts to do with it. Not when we're tracking monsters that shouldn't be. What I want is to get everything back to business as usual. A nice simple system with simple problems. Helps me, helps people, helps you. In that order. For now.
Sarah always likes simple.
You're starting to not sound completely crazy.
I know, scary, innit? Until next time, my Lady Herald.
See if she has anything else to say.
Demon armies and wardens, and Varric has exactly who we need. The big talker just knows everything.
Are things playing out the way you expected?
Cassandra laid it out, right? You're the big hat now. Gonna make everything the way it should be. The praying's nice, I suppose. Corypheus bit, though. Shite.
Corypheus.
Coryphinus.
Corypheus.
Sack Splash. I know his name. Doesn't deserve the respect of me saying it, does he?
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Again, with your people. Right, which ones?
We have a new one. Let's see. Oh, she doesn't have an opinion on Cole yet. Oh, okay. Never mind.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
And Cole, the strange boy who seems to be able to read minds, is the final companion. And he is hanging around here somewhere. We'll find him. Oh, we have a little thing to examine here. News from Thedas. Ooh, we have a medieval newspaper. Haven destroyed by darkest menace. Dire news from the Frostbacks. The pilgrim sanctuary of Haven, home to the new Inquisition, has been destroyed. Information is still vague, but some believe a dragon resembling an archdemon was involved in the attack. Fears of a new blight are now beginning to surface. As the Chantry continues to flounder, some are concerned that Haven's destruction may predict the Inquisition's imminent collapse. However, there is yet hope, as reports indicate that the Herald of Andraste and the Inquisition leadership survived, and have found refuge elsewhere. Crier Belenas. Oh, can't squeeze through there, I guess. We can go this way.
Order was sent?
Yes, Commander.
Look for Cole, yeah. Cole has the ability to be pretty stealthy if he wants to be. So we'll have a look for him in just a minute. Here's Cullen. Right now he's hanging out in the courtyard. Again, he'll be changing his residence shortly.
Send men to scout the area. We need to know what's out there.
Yes, sir.
Commander, soldiers have been assigned temporary quarters.
Very good. I'll need an update on the armory as well. Now! We set up as best we could at Haven, but could never prepare for an archdemon, or whatever it was. With some warning, we might have...
We were all shaken by what happened.
If Corypheus strikes again, we may not be able to withdraw. And I wouldn't want to. We must be ready. Work on Skyhold is underway. Guard rotations established. We should have everything on course within the week. We will not run from here, Inquisitor.
How many were lost?
Most of our people made it to Skyhold. It could have been worse. Morale was low, but has improved greatly since you accepted the role of Inquisitor.
Inquisitor Trevelyan. It sounds odd, don't you think?
Not at all.
Is that the official response?
I suppose it is. But it's the truth. We needed a leader, and you have proven yourself.
You responded quickly to the attack on Haven. Without that, so many more would have died. I'm grateful for any help you can give.
Thank you, Inquisitor. I will do everything I can to ensure the security of our people. You have my word.
Oh, good old Cullen. Some people tend to think that he's a stick in the mud, but I like him, I have to say. He's a guy trying to do right. And the guy's been through a lot. We've been seeing it ever since the first game. He just keeps getting ended up in these horrible situations that he's got to work himself out of. Surgeon here.
Inquisitor? Is there something I can do for you? I should really focus my attention on the injured.
Do we have many injured men?
Fewer by the day. The most grievously injured did not survive the journey to Skyhold. As for the rest, they either heal or... I try to make the passing painless.
I haven't seen you before.
The commander brought me up from the refugee camps. I'd been helping the pilgrims in simple ways. Setting broken bones, simple amputations and such. We need all the help we can get.
You aren't a mage. Shouldn't we let the mage healers deal with this?
Magic can't cure everything, and we shouldn't rely on it. Science, your worship, is the way of the future. Good health isn't magic, it's diet, exercise, and a balance of the humors.
No, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
As you were.
Your worship.
Here at last. Praise the Maker, this fortress keeps us safe.
Huh. Okay, either that guy is really, really tired, or someone just dropped dead and no one noticed. Lots of nooks and crannies to this place. This is the main entranceway. There's the portcullis, and you see that we have 2 of them here. This is basically just to aid the defense. You can have, archers or other militaries, personnel stationed along these upper balconies here to either intimidate or rain fire down on anyone who tries to come in. It's like a lot of circle mages have been showing up, which kind of makes sense. We did activate one of the advisor missions where their job was to start rounding up pockets from the Mage Rebellion to let them know that they were working alongside the Inquisition now. Let's look for Cole.
This thing is not a stray puppy you can make into a pet. It has no business being here.
Wouldn't you say the same of an apostate?
Inquisitor, I wondered if Cole was perhaps a mage, given his unusual abilities.
He can cause people to forget him, or even fail entirely to notice him. These are not the abilities of a mage. It seems that Cole is a spirit.
It is a demon.
If you prefer, although the truth is somewhat more complex.
I'm not sure how much more complexity I need, Solus. Indeed, my dear. He may call it whatever he likes, but it is still a threat.
In fact, his nature is not so easily defined.
Speak plainly, Solus. What are we dealing with?
Demons normally enter this world by possessing something. In their true form, they look bizarre, monstrous.
But you claim Cole looks like a young man. Is it possession?
No. He has possessed nothing and no one. And yet he appears human in all respects. Cole is unique, Inquisitor. More than that, he wishes to help. I suggest you allow him to do so.
In my studies, demons either possessed something from this world or were summoned and bound. They almost never look like something you'd mistake for a person.
Normally you'd be correct. But Cole has willfully manifested in human form without possessing anyone.
The demons who came through the breach, or through the rifts, weren't possessing anything.
These demons were drawn through against their will, driven mad by this world. But Cole predates the breach. From what we can tell, he has lived here for months, perhaps years. He looks like a young man. For all intents and purposes, he is a young man. It is remarkable.
I'm curious.
I should hear what Cole has to say for himself. Where is he now?
If none of us remember him, he could be anywhere.
Haven. So many soldiers fought to protect the pilgrims so they could escape. Choking fear. Can't think from the medicine, but the cuts rack me with every heartbeat. Hot, white pain. Everything burns. I can't. I'm going to... I'm dying. I'm... dead.
Looks like he was in the head of one of the dying patients there.
You're feeling their pain?
It's louder this close, with so many of them.
Would you like to go somewhere more comfortable?
Yes, but here is where I can help. Every breath slower, like lying in a warm bath, sliding away. Smell of my daughter's hair when I kiss her goodnight. Gone. Cracked brown pain, dry, scraping, thirsty. Here.
Thank you.
It's all right. She won't remember me.
You're using your powers as a spirit to help people.
Yes, I used to think I was a ghost. I didn't know. I made mistakes, but I made friends too. Then a Templar proved I wasn't real. I lost my friends. I lost everything. I learned how to be more like what I am. It made me different, but stronger. I can feel more. I can help.
Now, of course, if you've played both Dragon Age 1 and 2, you can end up with a little bit of ambiguity here, as far as your feelings towards accepting a spirit. On the one hand, in Dragon Age Origins, we found out that Wynne, the mage from the Circle, who was part of our circle of companions, had been on the brink of death, and then she was possessed by a spirit of faith. And that spirit basically successfully melded with her and was able to give her amazing healing abilities and enabled her to live longer. On the other hand, of course, we found the Spirit of Justice, who by himself was, seemed okay, but when he was possessed with Anders, turned into a malevolent vengeance spirit that ended up being one of the primary instigators of the Mage Rebellion. Here is our first example, though, of a spirit who apparently has not possessed anybody. He has manifested this way. And if you've played this game before, you may know what kind of spirit he is. Otherwise, you may be able to guess what kind of spirit he might be based on his actions. We'll get a little bit more of actual confirmation from another spirit later on. But of course, he's always very interesting to interact with, so we'll let him stay.
If you're willing, the Inquisition could use your help.
Yes, helping. I help the hurt, the helpless. There's someone. Hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Someone make it stop hurting. Make her, please. The healers have done all they can. It will take him hours to die. Every moment will be agony. He wants mercy. Help.
So here we see the flip side. A spirit who always wants to help people, how could he possibly be dangerous? Well, how far do you go to help somebody? And what is help? So right off with the bat, we end up with a very difficult decision. Now, his intentions might be in the right place, but I'm not sure if at this point Aurora knows enough about his motivations to just give him carte blanche to decide when to perform a mercy killing or not.
You say he won't die for hours yet, but you can't know that for certain.
His body is failing.
He could recover, or the healers could find another way to help him.
How do you know?
I don't, and neither do you. That's part of life.
Try. I want to stay.
And that's one of two things that I really like about Cole. First thing I really like about it is just the way that he's written, the dialogue. We have to keep in mind that spirits in this world, as well as demons, which are basically corrupted spirits, but spirits dwell in the Fade, which is almost entirely emotion. There's no rhyme and reason to it like we think of the rational world. The entire world changes and shifts around intuition, feeling, emotion, all that kind of stuff. And so the way that Cole is written, he is only sensitive to how people are feeling about things. And he's very, very naive about anything that has to do with trying to reason things out. So it's very interesting when you interact with him in that way. And the second thing is that almost all of the events that surround him are delightfully ambiguous, and it really kind of makes you think in terms of right and wrong, or, you know, what's bad, what's good, what's helpful, as he would put it, versus what's not helpful. Already things have shifted around a little bit. Thren's over here talking with Blackwall.
So, this is Skyhold. Come, let's walk the ramparts. I want to examine our fortifications. We'll be able to see Corypheus coming from miles away.
On the other hand, that means he can see us from miles away.
Let him come. I swear I'll take the twister bastard down, even if I have to die to do it.
I can understand Blackwall's hatred. Corypheus is a self-aware Darkspawn, but he's still Darkspawn. And, of course, the Grey Wardens are sworn enemies.
You see this as a personal insult, don't you?
If it's not personal for you, maybe it should be. The people flock to your banner, eager to fight for the Herald of Andraste. Their faith is a leash, and your Inquisition has taken hold of it. Tell me honestly, are you what they say you are? Andraste's chosen?
There is so little I remember. What if they're right?
Does it even matter? Don't you see what you are to them? Without you, they'd be consumed by despair. We all would. They need you to be Andraste's messenger. It gives them hope. The truth doesn't matter. Listen to me talk. Your time is valuable, and I've wasted enough of it.
Of all the companions, I think the relationship between Aurora and Blackwall has the most tension in it.
Yeah.
And you might wonder why that is, but you'll get some more insight as we go along. Let's see if Cole has anything else to say.
Roderick was sorry before he died.
Did he tell you why he was sorry?
Blood everywhere. Monsters, madness, dying. We're all dying. The Herald stands against it, and heads turn. Desperate and simple. Pure. Voices in the chantry. Years since I'd sung the song and felt it flowing through me. But this is real. This is real. So long since I'd felt it. Falling, flying, faith. And I fought her. Maker, forgive me. I hope I did enough.
Something to get used to for Cole is that he very rarely speaks as himself. He almost always ends up talking about as if he's someone else. He's hearing thoughts from the past or from people that are nearby.
He hates it all because of the darkness behind the door. Some doors should stay shut.
Can you explain how your mind works?
Yes?
Nice answer.
It must be sad feeling everyone's pain all the time.
Why?
Isn't it?
No. I help. I find wounds and heal them. I salve, soothe, save. I see pain and make it better. How could I not be happy?
A very interesting way to look at it.
Walk me through the way you help someone.
I start by listening. I hear hurt, feel it fretting. Some you can solve by giving something, food, a blanket, sleep. Some are intangible, terrible tangles that catch on a crack, fixed, festering, and the person makes a pearl of pain. I shake it loose. No pearl, no pain. They can hope, they can heal.
Sometimes you say things that relate to other members of the Inquisition.
They remember me. Their eyes stick, some more. They want me to be. Varric is quiet inside. He pulls me more to hear, makes me a person, calls me kid, a friend. Soulless, bright and sad, observes and accepts. Spirit self, seeing the soul, soulless, but somehow sorrows.
What do you sense when you focus on me?
You're too bright. Like counting birds against the sun. The mark makes you more, but past it, you reach across. Mindful, meaning. You pull it through to this side, make it real here. And past that, the weight of all on you. All the hopes you carry, fears you fight. You are theirs. It must be very hard. I hope I help.
I'll talk to you later.
How do you know?
Indeed. You notice that Cole, of all the people, all the other companions, Cole calls out both Varric and Solus. And that's because of all the companions, those two, for their own personal reasons, have the most interest in how Cole reacts to being here in the world. Thren moves, so I'm just curious if she has anything else to say.
Watch that tit, Morris.
She doesn't like Morris. We haven't been able to see him yet. But we'll have to be careful when we run into him, I guess. Vivian's out here in the courtyard now.
Maker, you're a mess. Let me have a look at you. Are you all right, my dear? Were you hurt? You look dreadful.
Why, thank you.
You should have seen me an hour ago.
We should do something about this dirt. We don't need you frightening the faithful. Let's keep up appearances. You've handled this crisis competently, saving as many lives as you did. But the enemy struck a serious blow against you and the Inquisition. We must recognize that. You must.
I'm not going to forgive what happened at Haven. Corypheus will answer for what he's done.
You're angry? Good. Anger can save you when everything else is gone. Just make sure you put it to good use. Our enemy advances, Inquisitor. We must not sit idly by. Act first and teach them to fear us. I think you know what needs to be done, my dear.
Did you need something, darling?
I think we've already looked at those options before. See if Blackwall has anything more to say.
I'm here.
Varric's friend Hawk said there were suspicions of corruption in Grey Warden ranks. Do you know anything about that?
Corruption? What sort of corruption?
Corypheus. He's been known to influence the minds of Wardens.
That could very well explain why so many have disappeared.
If this is true, then all Wardens are in danger. Even you. We'd better find your brothers.
I agree. If Hawk's given you an idea where to start, we should get moving immediately.
How much do you know about Corypheus?
Not much. I always thought the stories of Magisters corrupting the Golden City were just that. Stories. I didn't expect them to be true, and I certainly didn't expect to find one of them still alive.
Corypheus stopped being human a long time ago. Darkspawn don't have human lifespans, do they?
No, I suppose they don't. They're unnatural and sustained by evil. It's been thousands of years. You'd think the Wardens would have managed to kill the first Darkspawn by now.
Do you know if there are more Darkspawn like Corypheus?
I don't know. I'm not sure any Warden knows.
Don't the Grey Wardens know everything about Darkspawn?
You don't have to know how a Darkspawn came to be in order to kill it. We're soldiers, not historians. And the world would be better off if people focused on defeating evil rather than explaining how it came to be.
Let's discuss something else. What do you think of the Inquisition?
This Inquisition is everyone's best friend. How Josephine managed to pull that off is beyond me.
We should return to our duties.
As you wish. You are, after all, in charge.
Still that brisk talk there between the two of them. Well, you can't be friendly friends with everybody all the time. Alright, let's go up into the keep. There's Varric.
Cassandra's calmed down. I think you can take your hand off your crossbow.
Define calm down for me in terms of who or what she's punching right now. I wasn't trying to keep secrets. I told the Inquisition everything that seemed important at the time.
I bet Cassandra regrets how things went back there. You should talk to her.
I appreciate that you're trying to keep the peace, but things between me and the Seeker are as good as they'll get. I keep hoping none of this is real. Maybe it's all some bullshit from the Fade and it'll just disappear. I know I need to do better. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're still a good person, Varric.
Corypheus is back. Oh, shit.
You said he was a Darkspawn, or a Magister. What is he really?
I'm not sure. I don't think Corypheus really knows either. He's definitely a Darkspawn, but when we found him, it was pretty obvious he hadn't heard that. He thinks he's a Magister, a priest of Dumat, in fact. He says he broke into the Golden City, like in the Chantry tale.
If you and Hawk defeated him once, we can do it again.
We didn't just think Corypheus was dead. He was dead. No pulse, no breath, full of stab wounds. There wasn't a lot of room for doubt. It makes me wonder. I thought the Wardens imprisoned Corypheus to use him. Maybe they did it because he can't be killed.
How did you and Hawk even wind up in a Grey Warden prison for ancient Darkspawn?
Corypheus sent people after Hawk. He actually got control of an entire Carter clan. Made them drink Darkspawn blood. Weird shit. We tracked the Carter to an old dwarven fort or something in the mountains. Of course, it turned out to be a trap. They needed Hawk's blood to open the locks holding Corypheus, and they drew us into the prison to get it.
Let's hope Corypheus just turns out to be really good at playing dead.
That makes two of us. Maker's breath, what have I let loose?
You had nothing to do with this, Varric.
I was the one who led Hawk to Corypheus. If I hadn't tracked the Carter to that ruin. But you've got more important things to do than listen to me worry. Just let me know when you want something shot.
Let's see if he has anything else to say.
Need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Nope, nothing new.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
Oh, nope, that way is blocked right now. One of these ways goes up to the higher levels, I believe. Yep, here we go.
What was this place? So much room for whatever was here.
This is where Solus hangs out most of the time. He does like to keep to himself. The Rotunda and the Fresco. Sister Liliana, as per your request, I have made a thorough examination of the fresco adorning the Rotunda. I first attempted to clarify its intent with Messer Solus. Forgive me, I know he is not titled with the structure of the Inquisition, but the more I learn of his experience, the more awkward I feel not using a formal honorific. On the mural, all Messere would say is, Skyhold is her fortress, meaning, of course, the Inquisitor. These are her actions. He is, of course, correct. The subject of each edition is self-evident. On the medium and method, it is elven fresco, pigment and plaster, and it is grand. I have rarely been privileged to observe such skill as it is applied. It is considered with long periods of study before the image emerges, whole cloth and with certainty. It speaks of how I imagine elves view the world, and the measured nature of their step. I should expect such competence from Messere, given his probable years of study, but it is an amazing work, demonstrating an art with few living practitioners, even among the Dalish. Archivist Bannon. So I think it's implied that Solus is going to be like painting these walls, I guess. Based on our adventures? That would be interesting to see. Something to read here. Request for resources on the Fade. Regarding your request, as a noted partner of the Inquisition, Lady Montilier has ensured our contacts are quick to reply. The few titles on hand accompany this letter, with the remaining en route from libraries in Valrayo and surrounding. Archivist Bannon. And here we have a list of books. Look through. And even more listed, kind of so on and so on. So is Solus gathering a library, or is it the archivist behind that? I'm not sure. That way is blocked. What's up, Solus?
Hello.
Hello.
I need to know more about Corypheus.
We spoke of this on our travels to Skyhold. What more can I tell you? Cassandra and Varric seem more familiar with our adversary.
You've given me good counsel before. I could use some now.
My apologies, Inquisitor. My poor manners shame me. I claim no secret wisdom, but I will guess as best I can.
I would like to know more about the orb he carries.
As I said, that must be the means by which he created the breach. I suspect the blast that destroyed the Conclave was more accident than anything. The result of unlocking power that had sought release for ages. What I cannot understand is how he managed to survive such an explosion.
You said that you believed the orb is elven.
I never would have believed a Devinter mage could unlock such a powerful relic. It clearly enhances his abilities, giving him access to power he should never have known.
Like the power to control the Archdemon.
Indirectly, one assumes. Nothing in any law connects my people to the old god dragons who became archdemons.
What do you think Corypheus will do next?
You shamed him when you destroyed Haven. It spoiled his glorious victory. It would be worse to acknowledge that you had done so. He must continue on his course or show weakness. He will return to his plans to throw Olay into chaos, and then conquer it for Devinter.
You're sure that's what he'll do?
As certain as is possible. Assuming I can plausibly predict a man who seeks to rise to godhood.
And can you?
The key is understanding this. No real god need prove himself. Anyone who tries is mad or lying. His deception will undo him, as it has done countless fools before.
What can you tell me about the source of Corypheus's power?
According to the law, the ancient Magistars of Devinter received guidance from the old gods. Corypheus commands a false archdemon, a corrupted old god. This suggests he no longer sees himself as their minion. Some of his unique power comes from the corruption of the Blight. The rest may come from the orb he carries.
I'm interested in what you told me of yourself in your studies. If you have time, I'd like to hear more.
You continue to surprise me. All right, let us talk. Preferably somewhere more interesting than this.
Oh, we're going to a whole new area here for this cutscene.
Why here?
Haven is familiar. It will always be important to you.
We talked about that already.
I sat beside you while you slept, studying the anchor.
How long can it take to look at a mark on my hand?
A magical mark of unknown origin? Tied to a unique breach in the veil? Longer than you might think. I ran every test I could imagine. Searched the Fade, yet found nothing. Cassandra suspected duplicity. She threatened to have me executed as an apostate if I didn't produce results.
I would never have agreed to that.
You were in no position to argue. You were never going to wake up? How could you? A mortal sent physically through the Fade. I was frustrated, frightened. The spirits I might have consulted had been driven away by the breach. Although I wished to help, I had no faith in Cassandra, or she in me. I was ready to flee.
The breach threatened the whole world. Where did you plan to go?
Someplace far away, where I might research a way to repair the breach before its effects reached me. I never said it was a good plan. I told myself, one more attempt to seal the rifts. I tried and failed. No ordinary magic would affect them. I watched the rifts expand and grow, resigned myself to flee, and then... It seems you hold the key to our salvation. You had sealed it with a gesture. And right then, I felt the whole world change.
It was that impressive to see me awake.
You had walked in the Fade. I have explored the Fade more than anyone alive. But even I can only visit in dreams. But you might have been able to visit me here while awake.
What do you mean?
Where do you think we were?
This isn't real.
That's a matter of debate. Probably best discussed after you wake up.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw that cutscene, I was like, wait a minute, why are we back in Haven and why is it not buried in snow? Of course, because they were walking in the Fade. This is something that everyone except dwarves do, by the way. When dwarves sleep, as they like to say, they sleep like the stone. I think that implies that they don't actually dream. And even if they do dream, they're dreams like we have in the real world. You know, they don't actually travel spiritually to some other realm. But every other creature, humans, elves, Kunari, whenever they dream, they end up going to the Fade.